He didn't run fast, because he was too busy seeing the future, and that alone separated Andrea Pirlo from every kid who ever touched a football. While others sprinted wildly with excitement, Pirlo stood still, watching, understanding, calculating every movement around him like he had an invisible map no one else could see. His calmness wasn't laziness, it was intelligence disguised as silence. Coaches doubted him, thinking he lacked energy, but they didn't realize he was simply using a different kind of power. Even as a teenager, his passes looked prophetic, like he was reading the next page before anyone else opened the book. Every touch he took felt intentional, every decision looked pre-planned. Where others played with adrenaline, Pirlo played with clarity. The world was rushing, Pirlo was thinking. And that difference, subtle, quiet, almost invisible, became the foundation of one of the most intelligent football careers ever lived. The world didn't know where to put him, but Pirlo always knew exactly who he was. Early in his journey, he was thrown into positions that never matched his mind. Coaches wanted him higher up the pitch, chasing goals and running at defenders. Things Pirlo could do, but didn't enjoy. He wasn't built for chaos, he was built for creation. Critics labeled him slow, soft, and too relaxed, unaware that he was studying the game in layers deeper than anyone his age. While others trained for power and pace, Pirlo trained for timing, space, rhythm, the hidden qualities that control the flow of football. He wasn't failing, he was refining. He wasn't lost, he was waiting. Every challenge he faced quietly sharpened him into something unique. Something the world had not seen yet. And though clubs struggled to understand his brilliance, Pirlo never doubted himself, not for a single moment. Deep inside, he knew the game would eventually come to him. One decision turned a misused talent into the architect of world football. When Carlo Ancelotti moved Pirlo into a deeper midfield role, everything clicked into place like destiny finally aligning. Suddenly, the noise of football became music to him. From that position, he saw the field not in pieces, but as one giant living puzzle only he could solve. His long passes turned into missiles that split defenses open with surgical precision. His short passes acted like medicine, calming teammates under pressure and restoring control instantly. Milan didn't just gain a midfielder, they gained their maestro. A conductor who dictated tempo, emotion, and flow with the flick of a boot. Under Ancelotti, Pirlo became the brain that powered one of the greatest eras in European football. And for the first time, the world didn't just notice him, they depended on him. Others hit free kicks, Pirlo engineered them like a scientist designing miracles. He stayed alone after training, analyzing spin, angle, and air movement with an obsession that bordered on madness. He experimented with foot pressure, body position, and release point until the ball behaved like a living thing under his command. Then it happened. The technique unlocked itself. Suddenly, his free kicks floated, curved, dipped, and changed direction like they were guided by invisible threads. Goalkeepers stopped diving and started watching, knowing they were witnessing an artist at work, not a player taking a shot. Fans prayed for fouls near the box just to see him step forward. Commentators ran out of vocabulary. His free kicks weren't goals, they were performances. And with every strike, Pirlo proved that creativity doesn't scream, it whispers magic into the sky. Pressure breaks players, but Pirlo turned pressure into a peaceful place. Champions League nights, World Cup battles, deafening stadiums, moments where hearts trembled, Pirlo's heartbeat remained steady. In the 2006 World Cup final, he played with a calmness that felt unreal, as if he had already lived the match in his mind. And when Italy needed a penalty under unimaginable pressure in the quarterfinals, Pirlo walked up and chipped the ball calmly down the middle, leaving the world gasping. That was Pirlo's magic. Fear didn't touch him. Noise didn't shake him, expectations didn't weigh him down. His teammates saw him as the emotional anchor, the man whose presence felt like a shield. Pirlo didn't just perform in pressure, he reshaped pressure into something beautiful. He made the hardest moments look effortless. You can copy his technique, but you can never copy his mind. Pirlo didn't rule football with force, he ruled it with understanding. His game was built on elegance, timing, vision. The kind of things that age like art, not athleticism. His highlights still feel fresh because they weren't built on speed or power, but on genius that never expires. Young players analyze his touches like lessons. Coaches use his clips to teach what textbooks can't. Pirlo didn't just win trophies, he transformed how the world sees midfielders. He showed that beauty and intelligence can be deadlier than brute strength. His legacy isn't just in goals and assists, it's in philosophy. A blueprint of calm domination. And years after he left the pitch, the truth still stands untouched. Football has created legends, but it will never create another Pirlo. He wasn't born a superstar, he became one by refusing to break, and that stubborn, fire-shaped young Bastian Schweinsteiger long before the world knew his name. Growing up in Germany, he wasn't the silky dribbler or the flashy talent. He was the kid who played with grit, sweat, and a heart built for battle. While others chased highlight moments, Basti chased improvement. He worked through cold mornings, rough tackles, and endless training sessions with a determination that felt almost unnatural. Coaches noticed his hunger long before they noticed his skill. He wasn't the loudest on the pitch, but he was always the last to quit. Every scar, every bruise, every fall made him stronger. Football didn't come easy to him. He earned it inch by inch, and that relentlessness became the foundation of a legend. He wasn't supposed to become a midfield general, but destiny had other plans. Schweinsteiger started his career as a winger, using speed and energy to break lines. But deep inside, he knew there was something more he could give. When Germany needed structure, intelligence, and someone to anchor the team, Basti stepped up and switched to central midfield, a decision that redefined his entire career. Suddenly, he wasn't just running, he was controlling. He wasn't just attacking, he was commanding. The role unlocked a new version of him, stronger, smarter, tougher. He became the balance Germany had been missing. A leader who fought for every inch and played with the heart of 10 men. Reinventing himself wasn't easy, but Schweinsteiger made greatness look like destiny. He didn't just play midfield, he dominated it like a warrior writing history. Whether for Bayern Munich or the German national team, Schweinsteiger became the heartbeat of every match he entered. He tackled like the ground belonged to him. He passed like the field was his chessboard. He ran like he carried his country on his shoulders. Teammates trusted him because he never faded, never slowed, never hesitated. In moments when matches turned into battles, Basti turned into a force of nature. His presence lifted the entire team, giving them courage when legs were tired and minds were shaking. He didn't shine with tricks, he shined with authority. Nobody controlled chaos the way Schweinsteiger did. And in his prime, he wasn't just valuable. He was irreplaceable. Many players win trophies, but few bleed for them the way Schweinsteiger did in 2014. In the World Cup final against Argentina, he transformed into something beyond a footballer. He was a gladiator. Tackled, cut open, knocked down again and again. Yet he rose every single time with eyes full of fire. Blood ran down his face, sweat soaked his shirt, but his spirit stayed unshaken. He fought until the final whistle, dragging Germany through the toughest battle of their era. When Germany lifted the World Cup, they didn't just celebrate a victory, they celebrated the man who embodied the soul of that triumph. That night, Schweinsteiger didn't just play football, he defined courage. He didn't lead with words, he led with heart, loyalty, and unbreakable commitment. At Bayern Munich, Schweinsteiger became more than a player, he became the symbol of an era. Through Champions League heartbreaks, Bundesliga wars, and European nights filled with pressure, he remained the anchor that kept the team alive. His leadership wasn't loud, it was steady. His performances weren't flashy, they were reliable. Bayern Munich didn't just rely on Basti, they trusted him. He was the engine behind their success, the warrior who held the midfield together, the player who inspired a generation. His legacy in Munich wasn't built on trophies, it was built on loyalty, resilience, and unquestionable greatness. You can copy his stamina, you can copy his passes, but you can never copy his heart. Schweinsteiger retired as one of the toughest, most respected midfielders the world has ever seen. His style wasn't poetry, it was battle. His brilliance wasn't quiet, it was carved in sweat and sacrifice. He showed the world that greatness isn't always elegant, sometimes it's gritty, bloody, and painfully human. Young players still look up to him as an example of how far resilience can take you. Fans still remember him as the warrior who fought for every inch. And football still celebrates him as the man who proved that heart can win World Cups.